Why, hello. Welcome back to a weekend vlog, an anti-aging vlog, I should probably start saying from now on. Since this video and this entire channel is focused on anti-aging, this is the recurring anti-aging vlog. I just did my skincare and I obviously did my anti-aging skincare routine for the morning this morning. Basically, what I did is wash my face with the CeraVe Gentle Facial Cleanser. I don't always wash my face in the morning, but I have started doing so pretty regularly lately, as of late, with this CeraVe. So I have to tell you, this 19 fluid ounce CeraVe Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser does foam up very nicely. It has ceramides, great for improving the moisture barrier while it helps to cleanse away all impurities, dirt, grime, germs, maybe pollutants in the environment. And I think this 19 fluid ounce has lasted me for like 6 to 7 months. Very hydrating again, which is incredibly important for anti-aging because you want to make sure you are not stripping the barrier, the skin barrier, the lipid barrier, making sure that you're replenishing it with natural moisturizing factors like ceramides. But I washed my face with that, and then on damp skin, I applied the Timeless Coenzyme Q10. This is a coenzyme Q10 serum. Coenzyme Q10 is an antioxidant enzyme that is fantastic for cardiovascular health and longevity, but also when applied topically, it helps to protect the skin against UV, just boosts the overall protection against UV, as well as pollutants, which are contributors to the aging process of the skin. So helps to protect that, improves the youthfulness of the skin by potentially increasing collagen synthesis. In that serum, the Timeless Coenzyme Q10 serum, there's also Matrixyl, which is a name brand or branded patented serum that helps to also increase the concentration of collagen and elastin in the skin. And then on top of that, I let that dry down a little bit. I put the snail mucin on top of that just to improve the moisture barrier, just boost the overall layer of moisture. And then I just put like a no-frill moisturizer on top of that and just let that dry down. I think I let that all dry down for about 30 minutes, and then I came in with, it sounds like a lot of steps, but I mean, it is kind of a lot of products. I came in with the Face Theory azelaic acid, and this has not only azelaic acid, which is a good antioxidant, anti-inflammatory serum or product. It also has aloe vera, very soothing, green tea extract, which helps to reduce the production of matrix metalloproteinases, which are enzymes in the skin that degrade collagen, and colloidal oat, which has antioxidant properties, as well as soothing anti-inflammatory properties. So I put this onto my skin. I'm starting to use this more regularly, trying to use it in the morning and the evening just to reduce redness, any rosacea. I also have some, I assume it's post-acne marks. I'm just trying to reduce that, I guess, post-acne hyperpigmentation. So hopefully the azelaic acid will work. I also got a retinol product with bakuchiol, which both of which are anti-aging, just to help to improve collagen in the skin and reduce those MMPs, those matrix metalloproteinases. I will move back into tretinoin. I was using that for a time for anti-aging purposes, and I will move back into that after I'm done with this. Okay, so now that all of my skincare products are dried down sufficiently, I'm gonna come in with the Black Rice Moisture Airlift Daily Sunscreen SPF 50+. This is a, I believe, Korean sunscreen, non-greasy matte finish, and I've used this a couple of times. I really like it, but I wanted to just review it on my channel here so that you can have a good idea of what it looks like on the skin, and also just what I think about the overall formulation and the sunscreen protection that it offers. So this is by the brand Haru Wonder, and I think it has about 4 different sunscreen filters in here. It has Uvinol T150 for the UVB protection, which, you know, UVA is primarily responsible for the aging of the skin. 80% up to 90% of skin aging is attributable to the sun, and UVA being a primary driver, but UVB is also a driver of skin aging, and also, you know, denatures proteins and DNA and things like that. This also has Mexerol SX, which is a water-soluble sunscreen filter that is also photostable, and it protects against UVA. It also has Uvinol A+, which is another powerful, it's pretty bright, isn't it? a very powerful UVA filter. It also has aerosol SLX, which is a UVB filter. One of the things that this also has is niacinamide. A lot of people like niacinamide. I mean, niacinamide helps to reduce redness. It's a good antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, has anti-glycation properties, glycation being another primary driver of the aging process, the visible signs of aging, as well as the internal signs of aging. Glycation can also target other organs and tissues in the body. But when it comes to niacinamide in my skin, it tends to do the opposite effect. Like in higher concentrations, it tends to increase redness and cause irritation. So it does the opposite. It seems to be irritating. It seems that a lot of people that I've interacted with can tolerate niacinamide in low concentrations in formulations, but like at higher concentrations, especially like the ordinary serum, it's very irritating. But I found that in this formulation, in this sunscreen, it's supposed to be a matte finish. I'm gonna apply it on my skin just so you can see what it looks like. It's not super shiny and it's also not super dry, but let me just go ahead and apply it so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so let me pull up my hair just a little bit so I don't get anything in my freshly washed hair. So for this sunscreen, it's also very, very light and airy. I can't remember if this has black rice extract, which has antioxidant properties in here. This also has ceramides in here and glycerin, which are natural moisturizing factors that help to just boost the overall hydration of the skin, which is very important when it comes to a matte sunscreen or a matte moisturizer. You want something that's gonna have those moisturizing factors in there. So let me go ahead and apply the sunscreen. For this one, to reach that like quarter of a teaspoon, you only need about, I think 4 to 5 pumps. I usually just use 4 pumps. See, that's plenty for a fourth of a teaspoon of sunscreen all over your face. And when it comes to, I just started using retinol. I'm sorry this lighting is not very good. I just started using retinol. So when it comes to sunscreen, I want to make sure that I have something that's, not only moisturizing, this is going to be matte, but it's still moisturizing, and you'll see in a second whenever I get it all applied. I want something that's going to have those moisturizing factors, but also something that's going to really, really protect me from that UVA. So this goes on like a dream. Like I said, I already moisturized earlier today, so I don't have to worry about anything being too drying for my skin. But as I just said, even though this is a matte sunscreen, it feels really light. It does feel moisturizing without being shiny. There's sunscreens out there. When it comes to anti-aging, we're all using sunscreens. We're all experimenting with different SPFs to see what works for our skin. And I do like sort of like the shiny, moisturized look, because then I know my skin's moisturized, it's hydrated, which is incredibly important for just plumping the skin and smoothing out the skin. But when it comes to this moisturizer, even though it's matte, and I'll put some on my neck in just a minute, I also have to apply some underneath my eye, but I can't do that unless I'm like in front of a mirror because I feel like I want to get it in my eye. When it comes to this matte sunscreen, it feels very hydrating and comfortable. My skin feels smooth, it feels hydrated. I don't put my hands on my face and I don't do that anyway, but my fingers don't like slip just at my, touching my skin. It's very matte. It doesn't feel super sticky when it dries down. It feels a little sticky right now, but I need to give it like 10-15 minutes to dry down. When it dries down, it's not super sticky. You can see that it's not super shiny right now. It's just like a hydrating yet matte sunscreen that is fantastic. It has that fantastic SPF 50 plus filters, the combination of UVA and UVB filters, which are incredibly photostable compared to the filters that we have in the US. With my hair down, it just looks like, it looks like I have nothing on my skin. I'm kind of blown away because when it comes to sunscreens, Korean sunscreens in particular, which tend to be very moisturizing and, oily looking, I guess, or sort of wet and hydrating, this one, it looks like I have nothing on my skin. There's no white cast. There's 0 white cast on my skin. There is no slippery, oily texture or feel. And I think it just looks fantastic. It looks like I'm just going out with nothing, like my skin is naked. It looks like naked skin. There's a mirror right behind the camera. That's why I'm looking this way. I really do like this sunscreen, and I highly recommend it if you are looking for a sunscreen that is matte, isn't super shiny, doesn't have a white cast, will protect you for hours on end against UVA and UVB. This is a sunscreen that was recommended to me by someone in the comments down below. You know who you are. Thank you so much for recommending this. And I think I got this on Amazon and it shipped like the next day. I think it was only $12.99. This is 50 milliliters, so 1.69 ounces. And I think this will last me maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I tend to like alternate between sunscreens every day, so I don't use this every single day. Sometimes I do like the more moisturized, wet, shiny look, I guess, because it just like, I don't know, it's nice to reflect that light and to just look a little shiny, in my opinion. I just like that moisturized look. But this also is very moisturizing, My skin doesn't feel dry at the end of the day. I reapply this at least once a day. I think like technically if you're going to be outside more than a couple hours, you definitely want to reapply more than once a day, maybe 2 to 3 times a day, depending upon your activity level and everything like that. But I feel like this stays on. It doesn't slough off or melt off, or if you sweat, I haven't sweat with this on, so I can't really tell you what it does, but I can't imagine it sweating off profusely. That being said, if you are sweating while you're wearing any sunscreen, you definitely want to reapply. But yeah, it doesn't make me look like I'm super oily like some sunscreens if I'm in like a hot, humid environment. This is, I think, an incredible Korean sunscreen. Something that I'm definitely going to continue buying. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and I had like brunch a little while ago. Jacob brought me a low carb wrap from Beyond Juice, and I'm going to go ahead and edit some videos, maybe create some shorts for this vlog or this channel, and then go on my merry way. Hey there. Okay, so I just got done doing my skincare. I thought I would come in and have a late lunch. It's 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and I haven't really eaten anything other than a carrot and peanut butter and that wrap that Jacob got me for breakfast. So I thought I would show you my anti-aging dessert. It's kind of like a mix between ice cream and a Frosty. It is chocolate, of course, and it has a ton of different superfoods to help support the skin architecture, to help improve collagen synthesis in the skin and protect it from the aging, raging rays of the sun, from pollutants in the environment, from the intrinsic mechanisms that occur in the skin over time due to a variety of factors, mainly stemming from the environment. But I thought I would just put this together quickly so you can see how I did it. And I always use a Vitamix for this because this gets it super smooth. I highly recommend investing in a Vitamix. You can actually get them refurbished, I think, on their website. It's been a while since I bought one refurbished, but this one I think we bought new. But it definitely breaks things down easily. Like if you're making green smoothies, which I've made on this channel before, it breaks the greens down so well that you have no chunks, you have nothing. It's just like liquid. It's almost like a juice, but you retain all of that fiber, which is really important for maintaining healthy blood sugar when you're breaking down fruits and vegetables. Because if you're juicing vegetables and fruits, it really eliminates that fiber, and you're just getting pure straight carbohydrates, which spike insulin and blood sugar. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I start with the base. I start with half a cup of water and some pumpkin seeds. I use organic pumpkin seeds from Whole Foods. You can use any sort of pumpkin seeds that you find I get the unroasted and unsalted. This works best for this recipe because you don't want anything that's salted. This is going to be a sweet dessert, nothing savory. But the reason why I use pumpkin seeds is not only they are a good source of magnesium, as well as zinc, which is incredibly important for skin homeostasis. The oils in pumpkin seeds are fantastic for inhibiting, to a certain extent, DHT, or dihydrogen testosterone, which is an aggressive form of testosterone that results in not only like secondary male sexual characteristics like facial hair. DHT also drives male pattern baldness or hair loss. I always incorporate pumpkin seeds so I can have that rich oil to inhibit that DHT. And I just put maybe half a serving, about 14 grams, in half a cup of water, and I've soaked that for I think maybe like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And I put that in my Vitamix. And then also for the liquid, I use homemade hemp milk. You can also use almond milk. You can use any sort of dairy-free milk. I suggest dairy-free and no sugar added dairy-free, because dairy milk, it doesn't really sit well in terms of digestion, and it's also high in sugar. So I use homemade hemp milk. It's basically just hemp seeds with water blended together, and I use about, I would say, another half a cup for this recipe. You don't strain it, so you get the full hemp experience in the hemp milk. And look how rich and creamy that is. Hemp milk is high in omega-3s and omega-6s. It has a good omega-6s to omega-3 balance ratio, healthy omega-6s and healthy omega-3s, which are fantastic for skin moisturizing from the inside out, as well as protecting the skin from UV. Speaking of omega-3s, I also add this ground flaxseed, organic ground flaxseed, which is a really fantastic source of omega-3s. These are more skewed to the omega-3s than they are the omega-6s, so it's not like a fantastic balance there, but you are getting the highly anti-inflammatory omega-3s This is plant-based though, it's not like the animal-based where you're getting the DHA, but it's still a great source of highly anti-inflammatory, antioxidant-rich omega-3 fatty acids. For this recipe, I do about 10 grams. This also is a good source of fiber. It's 4 grams of fiber and 5 grams total carbohydrates, so 1 gram of net carbohydrates, good source of protein, 4 grams of protein. The fiber and the protein and the healthy fats help to just bind to any sugar or carbs in the overall dish, the overall dessert, so that it's not spiking the blood sugar and the insulin. Now, I'm also using a blend of the Vital Proteins chocolate collagen powder, which is no sugar added. I think it's sweetened with stevia. And this has collagen peptides in here from bovine sources. You might be able to find a chocolate, like fish source of collagen. I'm not sure about that, but if you are a vegetarian, but you do eat or consume marine sources of protein. But I like this because there are research studies showing that collagen supplementation can help, at least after 90 days onward, can help with improving the collagen in the skin, helping to plump the skin, smooth out the skin, as well as improve hydration. I've actually noticed since taking it, I've been taking collagen supplements or collagen peptides for about 60 days so far. I still have like another 30 days to get to that 90-day follow-up that you see in studies. But when it comes to collagen peptides, what I've noticed is, I don't necessarily know if I've noticed anything in my skin, but I have noticed that my nails grow back so fast after I cut them. Honestly, I can't believe how fast they grow. But I know some people see reductions in fine lines in their skin, and they see more plumpness and hydration, as well as improvements in hair growth. So I'm excited to see what the benefits hold after 90 days. I'll do a separate video on that so you can check that out. I also add about a tablespoon of this cacao powder. This is a high flavanol, high antioxidant rich cacao powder. Cacao can help with circulation, can help with supporting the cardiovascular system, has some cardiovascular benefits, health benefits. So it has some longevity benefits, but in terms of skin, cacao is rich in flavanols, antioxidants that have been shown in studies to protect the skin against UV, as well as to improve collagen production in the skin and help to smooth out fine lines and wrinkles and just plump the overall skin texture and tonicity. So I add about a tablespoon of that, and I put that in my liquid soup here. And the last things that I add are a half of an avocado. This gives it a creamy texture without having to add any yogurt or like dairy or ice cream or anything like that. And you can't taste the avocado. It doesn't really have like a strong avocado taste. This is like a day-old avocado, so it has a little bit of brown spots in here, but that's okay. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fatty acids. They're super, super creamy, rich in healthy fats to help with the moisture quality of the skin from the inside out. Monounsaturated fats have also been shown to possess high antioxidant capabilities and capacities to protect the skin against UV, from pollutants, from things in our environment that, you know, attack the skin and age the skin. And I think it helps to really improve hydration levels in the skin and just smooth out the skin from the inside out. I have no data on this, but I do think that avocado is a significant beauty food. And I'm also adding a frozen organic banana. I like getting organic because I think they just taste better. This does have sugar. I'm not super jazzed about the sugar content in here, but it does sweeten up the dish quite a bit, and it provides a good icy texture. When it comes to the sugar content, it does have fiber in here, and there's a ton of fiber from the cacao, from the flax seeds, from the avocado, from the hemp seeds, and you're getting protein, you're getting the healthy fats and the fiber. That all binds and slows down the breakdown of carbs and sugar into the system and lowers the overall glycemic index and the glycemic load of the overall dessert. So you're not having those high spikes in blood glucose as well as insulin. And so that's why I'm okay with adding the frozen banana. And to bring the flavor all together, I add a little bit of Himalayan salt, just a little bit because you don't want it too salty. And then of course you add some ice, and the number of ice cubes just depends on personal preference. You kind of have to experiment with it. Experiment with how icy you can get it and how thick you want it. And then also experiment with maybe even other flavors, other ingredients, other superfoods that you can add. I know you could add some cinnamon, which helps to support healthy blood glucose levels, as well as maybe some turmeric to just overall elevate the anti-inflammatory aspect of the dish. And now that I have everything in here, I am going to go ahead and blend. Okay, so I think this got to like an ice cream like texture, so I can actually eat it like ice cream. Let me see if it actually got to that thick thick texture. Oh, it's not as thick as I would like it to be for ice cream, but again, it just takes experimentation. This is actually a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish this. I'm gonna have to because I made it and it's all healthy superfoods and I love it. It actually is really good and very, very sweet without having to add any extra like cane sugar or honey. You can certainly add that, but for me, I prefer just the natural sweetness from the banana as well as the stevia sweetened collagen peptides. But there you go. There is my healthy anti-aging dessert. And yeah, it's really good. Again, it's a huge bowl, but this is definitely my lunch. You can experiment. You can like sprinkle some goji berries or coconut flakes or cinnamon, some more cocoa powder. That actually is a good idea. Or anything you like. So experiment. Let me know down in the comments if you make something similar. Let me know down in the comments if you actually wind up making this and how it goes for you. I would love to hear your feedback as well as your own experiences with this anti-aging dessert recipe. Hi. Okay, so it is 4:30 in the afternoon. Jacob is upstairs watching our favorite Disney vloggers. I have my 8-pound weight, which isn't a lot. I'm not looking to like bulk up to a significant degree, but it would be nice to have like some form of muscle, I would say, because muscle is great for, it's great for burning fat, obviously, but it's also fantastic for insulin sensitivity and regulating appropriate insulin levels. It's great for longevity. There's an association between healthy insulin levels and longevity and anti-aging. So when it comes to anti-aging, exercise is definitely a key, but I think that diet has a more significant impact than what people realize. The room is kind of a mess right now, but I think when it comes to exercise, this is my pregnancy pillow. I'm not pregnant, but I did get this to just sort of cuddle with down here while I watch like my old movies. I've been able to connect my laptop to this TV right here. So we're still waiting for our furniture to get here. We've ordered our furniture, it's here. I think it's just like in the warehouse, but we have to do construction upstairs. So as soon as that construction commences, which is gonna be, I think mid-March, we're gonna move all the furniture from up there to down here. So we'll have the couch, we'll have the coffee table, we'll have TV console like underneath the TV, and it'll be a lot more cozy. And then also the guest furniture, our bedroom furniture will go in this guest room right here. And then once the construction's done, we'll get all our new furniture in the living room and the bedroom. Every morning I come down here and turn this on and sip my coffee and relax. So right now, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start exercising with 8-pound weights, do some arm exercises, get that muscle strength growing. So I just got out of the shower and I thought I would show you my new and improved anti-aging skincare routine. So I just picked up recently at my dermatologist office this Repair Retinol Serum. So this is basically like a private label. Hopefully the lighting's okay. This is basically like a private label, white label retinol serum that, quite frankly, a lot of dermatology offices sell. They just slap their label on this and then call it a day. This was $150. I don't recommend paying for this. I bought this with a gift card, which was basically still my money because I bought the gift card. It's a long story. But anyway, I have it because I ran out of my tretinoin and I wanted to switch things up. I wanted to get a cosmeceutical retinol versus a prescription retinoid like tretinoin. Tretinoin was fine, but I wanted to back off on that because I was using too much. It was my first time and it was like a cream base. I want to try the gel retinol or tretinoin and see if that's a little bit better for my skin. But I wanted to incorporate retinol a little bit slowly so I can get my skin sort of primed for tretinoin, because retinol has fantastic anti-aging benefits, which you're probably already aware of. Helps to increase the collagen synthesis in the skin, the collagen density of the skin, may help to firm and plump the skin to a certain degree, may also help to protect the skin against the production of matrix metalloproteinases, which are enzymes in the skin that are induced by UV and destroy collagen, so may help to protect the skin in that regard. Cosmeceutical retinol, over-the-counter retinol that you can just buy without a prescription, can be very effective without having the same irritation as tretinoin, as prescription grade retinols or retinoids. But the over-the-counter retinols like this have to perform like 1 or 2 extra steps in the skin to actually do its work to be effective. Whereas tretinoin, tazarotene, you know, those prescription grade retinoids tend to be very effective immediately, but they also tend to be also higher in irritancy. The skin tends to be irritated a lot more. So I was doing with tretinoin the sandwich method. I was putting on a moisturizer. I was moisturizing my skin as soon as I got out of the shower, let it dry down, put the tretinoin over it, then put another moisturizer over it, just to help to sort of soften the blow, if you will, and to reduce the irritancy of tretinoin. But with retinol, I started using it to dry skin. I just got out of the shower, I cleansed my skin, and I completely dried my skin, which feels really weird because I'm not used to this. I'm not used to drying my skin and not putting a moisturizer over damp skin. It feels very dry. It feels like I'm in the Sahara Desert. But when I cleanse my skin, I use this AOA cleansing balm, which is just a basic Korean cleansing balm with green tea and vitamin E. Don't necessarily know if that does anything because you wash it off anyway, but it really gets off the mineral sunscreen, the tinted mineral sunscreen, just washes it away while keeping the skin hydrated. I think it's only like $9 or $10 on Amazon. I'll put a link down below. It does have fragrance in here, but it doesn't bother me. I just wash it off anyway. The double cleanse method, and then I follow up with the CeraVe Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser. I like this. This is the 19 fluid ounce bottle, and this, I just restocked this. This had lasted me like 7 months just for my face. I did that, came out of the shower, dried my face with a towel. Can't believe I did that. Just completely reduced the moisture in my skin. But I read that a lot of people, they would find retinol, they would find it more effective when they used it on just dry skin without using the sandwich method. So I'm starting to do that. For a serum like this, let me just tell you, this serum, so it has retinol. It also has bakuchiol, which is a plant-derived retinol alternative. Some people call it a retinol alternative because there are some studies suggesting that bakuchiol can produce similar benefits in the skin as retinol in terms of increasing collagen synthesis, protecting against UV and against that production of those matrix metalloproteinases, those enzymes that degrade collagen. But there's not as much research out there as retinol or even prescription grade tretinoin. That being said, I do like the data are promising in regard to bakuchiol. This also has, I think, caffeine, glycerin maybe, and does it have resveratrol in it? Oh, it has vitamin C. So vitamin C is great for retinol, bakuchiol, and vitamin C. Those can be great for fighting hyperpigmentation. And I really like the formulation, but I've only used it maybe 2 or 3 times so far. I use it so I take 2 night breaks in between. So I use it every 1, 2, 3, every 3rd night. And I'm looking to increase that dosage because I'm also incorporating azelaic acid. I'll talk more about that in a future vlog. So I'm trying to introduce it slowly, but with this you only need like 3 drops, and I just put 3 drops on my fingers like so, and then I just pat all over. I don't even try to rub it because the skin is so dry at this stage. I don't necessarily worry about it not being uniform on my skin because I'm going to be following it up with a moisturizer, which will hopefully spread things around. It'll also increase the penetration in my skin, which may help to increase efficacy. Might increase irritation, not sure yet. Over time, even if it is a little spotty, you're going to get in between those spots over time, you know, every night or every other night that you do it. So I'm okay with just patting it and not rubbing it in. I was doing that with tretinoin, and it was just too hard. I felt like it was causing like clumps to clump up and being more irritating than it should have been. So I'm avoiding that. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. I've let that dry down sufficiently, and it's time to moisturize. I feel so dry. Even my mouth is dry. I'm going to just spritz with this water, alcohol-free Centella toner. I just found out that Centella can make me, in large amounts, make me break out. So I'm not going to put on too much of that. And then I'm going to follow up with the Snail Mucin serum, because this one, the Snail Mucin cream, I should say, this one is a godsend when it comes to using any form of retinol because it is super moisturizing. It's a really powerful humectant, helps to bind on the water. And this is this is also from my dermatologist. This is probably also another private label moisturizer. This is a green tea moisturizer with resveratrol. I know it's kind of dark in here, sorry about that. But yeah, in regard to retinol, you can definitely get a retinol at your dermatologist's office. You can find, I know CeraVe has a retinol. It doesn't have bakuchiol in it that I know of, but there are plenty of retinols on the market. I just can't recommend any because I haven't used many other than this one that I'm using right now. This is sort of a journey. I'm just going to document my journey with retinol and let you know what my results have been. I would like to reduce some redness. I know retinol is not necessarily good for redness. That's more so the azelaic acid that I'm going to incorporate later on. So I'm going to document my journey with over-the-counter retinol, and then I'll switch to tretinoin, I'm sure, once I get an updated prescription for that. If you use a retinol, an over-the-counter retinol that you can recommend, put it down in the comments because I'm sure there's going to be other people who are looking for recommendations. Ooh, my hair. Goodness gracious. Yeah, somebody commented on one of my videos. It was a really nice comment, but they said that I should get a different hairstyle. I agree. If you have any, I don't know, recommendations, I like it long though. So if you have any recommendations, they said for my face shape. So if you have any recommendations for like what I should do, let me know down below. It seems like it's a struggle sometimes, but I love my hair. I just want to find something that, you know, works for me and is a good style, is a good trendy style, if you know what I mean. Yeah, recommendations for retinol, for hairstyles, leave it down in the comments. Would really appreciate it. Okay, I am super moisturized now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. Thank you for joining me today. Can I find better lighting? Let me see. Okay, so I'm in the kitchen. Better lighting, I guess. Cool lighting. We're gonna replace this lighting with more warm tones, but like I said, I look I'm ready for bed. Okay, so I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you for joining me today for another skincare anti-aging vlog. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a good weekend, and if you like this video, please hit that like button down below. It really helps me a lot. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you're doing this weekend, what your anti-aging skincare regimen is looking like. I would love to learn from you, and I'm sure other people will learn to love from you as well. So until next time, I will see you in the next video, which will likely be tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday, and beyond. So talk to you later. Bye.